This is WPTV, William Patterson Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The WP basketball teams have gotten their seasons underway, and here to break it all down is Daniel Karp, Andrew Ballistreri, Ceylin, Kansay, and Tommy Sherwood. Despite losing both games in the Westfield State Tournament this past weekend, there was a big bright spot for the men's basketball team in junior guard David Martinez. Tommy, take us through his tournament over here.
Yeah, man, he had a great tournament. He totaled 48 minutes with 34 points, with 8 three-pointers and 12 rebounds. The junior gave a really good spark to the Pioneers team, and maybe it might inspire Coach Chapman to put him on the court.
Yeah, I mean, Martinez has certainly made his mark after the tournament up in Westfield, Massachusetts. Ceylin, what have we seen from David so far?
I think he's very good for the William Patterson team. He's really proven himself. So far, he's had a total of 90 minutes of playing time and a total of 46 points, and he's only a junior. I feel like he still has more to bring to our team.
Absolutely. I mean, with more time just comes more opportunity, and I think David Martinez is making the best of that valley. What have we seen from Martinez?
I mean, this kid, he was going absolutely crazy from deep in that tourney. I mean, there must be something in that Massachusetts air that was going crazy for him. But no, he's starting to break out this year, and I love to see it. You know, Dave's he's a great kid, he's a great player, great shooter, and he looked great on Wednesday night as well. And you know, I think his minutes and his usage are definitely going to be continuing to rise this year. He's definitely going to be a big player on this team, I think.
Yeah, I mean, even in the game we called last week, he came on the court and just drilled a three from the top of the arc. That was pretty impressive. Karp, what have we seen from David?
He's been great, a great momentum booster for the team. Coming off the bench, I mean, like Bally said, draining from deep, a 4.62 three-point percentage. She's just been great. I mean, a great momentum booster for the Pioneers coming off the bench. You know, Coach Chapman knows that he could go to him off the bench or even start him a few games because he's earned that spot in the starting role. Absolutely.
But, you know, the men's basketball team on Wednesday came out on top in their second home game, beat Penn College 86-2. Backed up by a 55-point scoring second-half barrage. Andrew, you know, take us through his game. Take us through who your star of the game is.
None other than Sean Summers. We'll take a look at his stats through this game. In 34 minutes, he dropped 18 points and shooting 43% from the field with 8 rebounds. He was killing it. And listen, he had a rough first half in this game. He turned it up in the second half. Finishes with 18 points. He hits 2 threes, grabs 8 boards, and he was definitely the main proponent in the Pioneers pulling off that W. He absolutely came in clutch in that game.
Absolutely. I mean, that second half from him was just incredible. Tommy, who was your star from this game?
Andre Wells. I mean, he got 15 points, which was third among everyone on the team. So with not as much playing time, so that I feel like that's a star of the game right there, using his time wisely.
Yeah, I mean, you come on the court, you score, even in, you know, a situation where you're not getting a lot of time, you make the most of it. It's going to end up in great things for you going forward. Daniel Karp, who was your star from this game?
I'm going to go with our grad student, MJ Moncrief. I find interesting, before this year, he played club basketball at Montclair. He wasn't even on the team there at Montclair, but in this game, he had a .545 percentage from the field on Wednesday, 11 minutes, 12 points, 13 rebounds. He's really been that great big man, you know, coming in for Sean Genie. He got the start over Sean Genie. He's just been great. I mean, he provides physical play. He's just been great for the Pioneers in the center.
Yeah, I mean, his debut last week, Wednesday, we keep going back.
It was electric.
Yeah, Andrew and I keep going back.
We were going crazy.
We were calling that game. It really was just
Jimmy and I were having the time of our lives.
Yeah, yes you were. Jimmy Cotton came back for a halftime show. Ceylin, who was your star from this past game?
My star from Wednesday's game is Neftali Valentin. He had 19 points, and he's also only a junior, and he's very good at the three-point line, so I also think that he'll be very good on the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's someone who just comes onto the court and they trust him to shoot the three ball, and there's a good reason why.
He's been great from deep.
He's their third option, and there's a reason why. He just
third option. He could be a 2 on a
He
lot
could.
of teams.
He could. I mean, he could
Even
be a
a
1.
Yeah.
If they continue to trust him to just shoot the three ball, I don't see why not. But going over from the men's team to the women's team, they opened up their season last weekend with a 64-59 win against the Drew Rangers. Daniel, what Pioneer caught your eye in this early season?
I'm going to go Madison Chiara, the freshman, but I want to go to her game against Alvernia. In 30 minutes, she had 17 points with a three-point percentage of 71.4, which is absolutely insane, along with 5 rebounds. Madison Chiara is doing it all, and she's just a freshman. She's going to be here for the next 3 years, absolutely dominating for this Pioneers team, and she's even getting some rebounds at about 5'7", playing as a big man too, playing behind the arc. She's just been everything you expect not everything you expect, everything you would want from a newcomer.
Absolutely. I mean, just hitting the ground running, reminding me of Renee Wells last year. Probably going to end up as NJAC Rookie of the Week just based on that three-point percentage alone, 71.4.
That's crazy.
Oh, boy. But, Jalen, moving over to you, who was your star from this women's game?
My star for the women's game is Brianna Smith. She's a senior. She had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And she got quite a few steals. And even though it is her senior year, I think she was really good for the team. I think she's a great player, and she did good last weekend.
Yeah, looking to take over that leadership role is Brianna Smith after, Yakira Rosa, Justina Martinez, and, Cabezas and McBride leave. But, Bally, over to you. Who is your star from the women's game?
Yeah, he mentioned someone making her debut. I want to mention Patty Walsh, who made her debut against Drew on Saturday. She dropped 14 points and 9 boards in her first ever career college game. And she wasn't able to play last year. She had that injury where she was held off the court all year. But she even looked great against Alvernia. She got off to a hot start, started 3 for 3 from the field. She looks super confident. She looks very comfortable in this team. And, obviously she's going to be a huge piece. You mentioned losing Justina Cabezas is massive for this team. And, she looks like she's fitting that role perfectly right now. I'm really excited to see how this season goes for her.
Absolutely. I think they've got a good team together. But, Tommy, moving over to you, who's your star from the women's games?
I got to go with Minna Huffs. She got 3 steals. That's a way to change the game and force a turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. But, unfortunately, after the win against Drew, the women's team takes a heartbreaking loss, 68-67 to Alvernia College. Daniel, I want to start with you. What was one play from that game that could have gone differently that would have given the Pioneers that edge?
I'm going to go with Esmeralda Ruiz fouling out in that fourth quarter. She came in 13 minutes in the game. She had 4 points and 3 rebounds in 13 minutes, but that foul, it was a questionable call by the refs. A lot of us didn't agree with it. I know you guys on the Valley and Vijana on the call didn't really agree with it, but it was just not a great momentum booster. The fans are upset. Coach Monahan was upset, and it really just did not provide a spark that was needed in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always troubling when someone fouls out. It just doesn't help your team. Just chemistry. People start pointing the finger. Yeah. But Jayla, moving over to you, what was one play that could have gone differently?
One thing that really broke my heart was when Patricia Walsh missed the layup with less than maybe I don't even remember how much, but she missed the layup. I think if she just made that layup, we would have won. But I still think that she did have a good game. Towards the end, it did get rough, but she still has a lot to show us and a lot to bring to the table. But if only that shot was
I
made.
mean, a blocked layup at the end, right at the buzzer. That literally would have won them the game.
Yep.
But going over to you, Tommy, what was your play that could have gone differently?
Jada Martinez's turnover with 2 minutes left. It's a pivotal point in the game, and not to mention, that also resulted in a score that gave them the lead. That can't happen, man.
Yeah, absolutely not. But Andrew, close us out for this one. One play that could have gone differently to give the Pioneers the win.
With that foul at the end on Williams. Just 1.2 seconds left. Williams gets fouled. She goes to the line. She hits one of her 2 to give Alvernia the lead. And she was going left all game. It was something that we knew was going to happen. Yeah. Bajan and I on the call mentioned it.
Opposite of Jaylen Brown.
Exactly, opposite of Jaylen Brown. You had to expect that to happen, and it did happen. And the William Patterson defense, they did a good job trying to contest the shot. Unfortunately, get the foul call there. But overall, it's a very tough loss, losing by 1 point. I think they will be good in the NJAC. I think they'll be fine. But it was a solid showing of resilience. You came out of that second half. You let them go on a 10-0 run really quickly to tie up the game. And this is a new squad, so I think they're going to be okay.
I agree, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue the season. I think we're going to see a lot more wins on both sides, men's and women's. But don't forget to follow us at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you to all the cast and crew, and a big shout out to our studio manager, Al Clarke. From Studio B in Hamilton Hall, and for everyone here at the desk, I'm Marc Brandt. Join us next time here on WPTV.